Hey y'all, it's Megan from Made for Mermaids, and today I'm going to show you how to make these little felt ornaments. And these are free on our website. We have a few more that we've done in the past with our 12 days of Christmas freebies. These ones are just little retro style. There's 5 different shapes, and they're so quick and easy to make. So I've got one more that I've cut out. You need 2 pieces, a front and a back. And then what I like to do is I like to get a erasable pen, or you could use chalk, anything that can come off easily to kind of mark my design, what I want to do. So I just use a ruler and a pen, and I'm going to mark the center here. And how I chose designs is I just Googled retro ornaments, and I just kind of looked at some to see what they look like. So I have them marked on the center. I don't know if you can see it because it's fairly faint. And then I'm going to do another one 1/2 inch above, and then 1/2 inch below. Just like that. Okay, so I have 3 lines here, which again, you may not be able to see. And then I have some embroidery floss here. It looks like this. You can get this in all sorts of colors at Joann or Hobby Lobby, wherever you shop. And I have separated it, and I have 2 threads here, and it's folded in half, so it's 4. And what I'm gonna do down the center is just a row of sequin. Let me get a few out. And then I'm gonna do, you can do a French knot in the center to hold it, or I'm gonna do a little bead, which you can see here. I have a little bead in this one, and then on this one, my Joann didn't have a lot of beads, so I just did a French knot in the middle of those ones. And I'm just going to go through the back on that line. It's actually still hard for me to see, so I'm going to use that. There we go. And you just go through your sequin. And if you wanted to put a bead on to finish, you would put a bead and then right back through. Let's see. My beads barely fit through my needle, so I kind of have to play around. I should have gotten some beading needles, but I didn't. So that was a bad idea on my point. There we go, that one goes through. So I just went through the bead and then back through about the same hole to hold it on. Okay, so I'm gonna do a whole row of that. I'm gonna speed this up so you don't have to sit here and watch me do this. Okay, so to get the sequin on with the French knot, you just go through the felt, add a sequin, and to do the French knot, you're going to wrap the thread 1, 2, you can do 2 or 3 times around the needle, and then you're going to go back through the same hole of the sequin. It's hard for me to hold it up. I usually do it like this. So wrap 1, wrap 2, and you can see the thread is on, and you go back through and you pull, and it creates a little knot. Okay, now that I have the front all decorated, I add some beads, and so it's a little uneven. You are going to put your 2 pieces together, this, and you're going to start blanket stitching. Actually, I'm going to start over here. You're going to start blanket stitching them closed. So I have another video that I did last year on blanket stitching that goes a little bit more in depth. If you need it, I'll link it below. But this is really simple, just blanket stitch around, leaving an opening to add your stuffing. And then you also want to make sure to add your ribbon or your twine at the top once you get there. So I have a piece of ribbon cut. I'll just loop it, and when I get to the top, I will add it right there. So I'm gonna go all the way around, leave an opening to add the stuffing, and then you just close the opening after you stuff it, again with a blanket stitch, and then you're complete. These are super simple, but they're really fun and they're really beautiful to make. They look great on your tree. You can kind of do them as simple or as ornate and detailed as you want. You really don't even have to put any kind of beading or sequins on them if you don't want to. And if your little ones are making them, you could do it with a sewing machine, or you could actually just glue them together with fabric glue. And you could have them decorate the front. When I run out of thread here, I'll just put it through the back and then tie it off and start with some more thread. Okay, so I blanket stitched all around it, added the loop, and then stuffed it with stuffing. Now I'm just gonna continue to blanket stitch it closed. I kind of push the stuffing away from the opening, and then you can move it back around when you're done to make sure the stuffing's even. So just blanket stitching here. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. And when you're done, you can kind of move the stuffing around a little bit so you're happy. Now I have this string here, so what I do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to stuff it through the back and pull it through like that. And then almost directly next to that, I'm going to try to go in almost to the same hole and do it again. And then one more time, and I'll just cut the extra off. And there we go, there's your ornament. So the free ornaments come in 5 different little shapes, and they're all put together the same. You can add whatever you like to them or keep them plain. You could even embroider with your machine or do some stitching with your machine if you wanted, if they have some cute decorative stitches that you wanted to use. If you make them, I hope you show them off in our Facebook group or tag me on Instagram. I would love to see. If you have any questions, just leave them down below and I'll try to help. Thanks, bye.